This is Ecotricity's ecoTEC roundup show from Aotearoa's first and only climate-positive certified renewable electricity provider. We only source from wind, hydro and solar, and we are the leading supplier of electricity to EVs in Aotearoa. Switch today at ecotricity.co.nz. Welcome back to another roundup of news from the world of clean cars and green energy. Thanks for joining me. I am still in a splint, but don't worry, I am getting better, and hopefully next week I might be out of it. We start today's show with the official reveal of the European spec Volkswagen Buzz GTX, an all-wheel drive variant of Volkswagen's electric microbus. You'll note I said European spec, and that's because Volkswagen has been explicit that this version revealed won't be the GTX variant we see in North America. But for other markets, I think you can look forward to a choice of two wheelbases, long or short, two battery pack options, 79 kilowatt hours or 86 kilowatt hours, and up to 335 horses at the wheels. That's 250 kilowatts. Both variants promise faster charging and the ability to tow up to 4,000 pounds, 1,819 kilos. Full pricing and specs to follow. Rivian and Tesla have flipped their respective switches to allow Rivian customers access to Tesla's Supercharger network in North America. Joining Ford, which got access a few weeks back, Rivian is the second automaker to get Supercharger network access for all of its owners using approved NACS adapters. It's great to see more charging options become available, but remember, if you're one of those who now has Supercharger access, be mindful of where you park and charge, because your car's charging inlet location may require you to park strangely, potentially blocking access for other EV owners. Chevrolet is expected to be on the list of brands to get access next in North America, with Polestar confirming this week that it's got access to the Supercharger network in China this week. Earlier this year, Ford confirmed that it has a special team of engineers working in a Skunkworks with the goal of developing a brand new low-cost EV platform. This week, Bloomberg fleshed out some of the details of said Skunkworks, citing anonymous sources within Ford that suggests the new platform will likely be used on 3 new global EV models from the Blue Oval: a compact SUV, a ride-sharing vehicle, and a brand new small pickup truck. Bloomberg claims the first vehicle from the project will arrive sometime in late 2026 with a target price of around $25,000. Ford hasn't confirmed any of this yet, but we'd guess the first vehicle will be the compact SUV to allow Ford to cross-shop against Tesla and Volkswagen's confirmed, similarly priced future models. Audi held its official unveiling of the PPE-based Q6 e-tron this week and promised we can expect many more new EV models from the brand this year. The Audi-badged sibling to the Porsche Macan EV, 2 battery pack capacities will be offered at launch: 83 kilowatt-hours net or 94.9 kilowatt-hours net, depending on market, alongside a choice of single or all-wheel drivetrain. While Audi will offer a sporty SQ6 e-tron variant with 4.2-second sprint time, the Quattro all-wheel drive variant will have a 5-second sprint time and should offer around 300 miles, 482 kilometers of range per charge, and up to 270 kilowatts of fast charging capabilities. It starts from just under €75,000 in Europe, with other market pricings to follow. Peugeot unveiled an all-new E5008 SUV this week, and while it's entering into an already crowded marketplace in mid-size SUVs, it's packing quite a lot of punch. Built on Stellantis' Stella Medium platform, the E5008 promises a range of up to 700 kilometres, 434 miles on the overly optimistic NEDC test cycle, which, if proven accurate in the real world, will put it ahead of rivals like the Kia EV9 and Volvo EX90, all while offering seating for up to 7. There will be shorter range, less powerful variants available when they launch this coming autumn. One important thing to note, though, is that while it is built on the brand new Stella Medium platform, there will also be a hybrid and eventually plug-in hybrid variant of this vehicle, so don't expect EV-only packaging like we see in the Kia EV9. Ford's semi-autonomous hands-off driver assistance technology BlueCruise is now under official investigation at the hands of the US National Transportation Safety Board. According to the NTSB, a BlueCruise-equipped Ford Mustang Mach-E hit the rear of a Honda CR-V that was stationary on Highway 10 in San Antonio, Texas, killing the driver of the CR-V. While Reuters' reporting of the accident cites a police report that states the Mach-E was in, quote, partial automation, end quote, at the time of the accident, both the NTSB and the US National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, along with cooperation from Ford, is investigating if BlueCruise was active at the time of the incident. Our sympathies go out to the families of those involved in this collision, and, as I should remind you, semi-autonomous vehicle systems require constant supervision from you, the driver. It's long been known that for the most part, small, fun, funky hatchbacks from Europe and Asia rarely make their way to the US and Canada because pickups and SUVs. But this week, Volkswagen Group America CEO Pablo Desi suggested there's a possibility the Volkswagen ID GTI could come to the US and Canada as an affordable hot hatch. Talking during Volkswagen's annual media conference, he said that, quote, it would make sense if we hit the right price point, seeming to suggest that the Volkswagen GTI badge could live on in North America after all. Based on the ID2, which itself is due to launch in 2026 as Volkswagen's smallest MEB-based EV, I've got to admit that I would love to see the GTI itch get scratched, as frankly, North America has too many big vehicles. BMW unveiled the second of its concept vehicles based on its all-new EV platform this week, the BMW Vision New Class EVX. Following on from the Vision New Class sedan, the Vision New Class EVX is an SAV, or a sport activity vehicle. The styling is most certainly a little controversial, at least from the front. The kidney grille lights up to look like two very large nostrils, and the interior is a run-of-the-mill BMW concept vehicle. But what's really interesting is not easily on view. The car's 800-volt battery pack, which, unlike production EVs from BMW to date, uses cylindrical cells that the company says are both more energy-dense but also allow for a higher fast charging rate when compared to prismatic cells. It's capable of adding 186 miles, 300 kilometers of range in just 10 minutes in optimal conditions. We can expect production vehicles based on the concept in the near future. Tesla CEO Elon Musk's controversial interview with Don Lemon went live this week on both YouTube and X, and during it, Elon Musk made some comments about Tesla's long-promised second-generation Roadster. During the wide-ranging interview, in which Elon Musk stated that, quote, we are all descended from slaves, end quote, Elon said he did not, quote, want to put a thumb on the scale, end quote, of the US election, and added he did not go to Florida to meet with former President Donald Trump, but rather that he was visiting a friend and Donald Trump happened to drop by for breakfast. Elon Musk promised that the Tesla Roadster, first unveiled in 2017, would indeed be built in collaboration with SpaceX and, quote, would be something that's never existed before, end quote, with, quote, Jetsons vibes, end quote. Musk now says it will enter production next year. The US EPA has finalised its new emission standards for new vehicles made between 2027 and 2032, and given the size of the US market, it will affect the global auto industry. Following heavy lobbying from large parts of the auto industry on Capitol Hill, the EPA targets were softened from what was previously promised, shifting from the originally proposed industry target of hitting a market share of 67% EV sales by 2032 to a market share made up of 56% EV sales by the same time, along with at least 13% market share plug-in hybrid on top. The end goal of the Biden administration's transition remains the same, however, meaning that while initial speed of change has been lessened, subsequent targets will increase far more rapidly than originally anticipated. And while this might not appear to directly impact Aotearoa, since most automakers make vehicles with global targets and trends in mind, I think this is going to affect global EV sales for the foreseeable future. Before we get to the last two stories, a question. Are you in the market for a new EV? Because if you are and you live in Aotearoa, you should check out our very own buyer's guide at ecotricity.co.nz. It is packed with all the information you need to pick a car that's right for you and includes plenty of details about available vehicles, daily life with an EV and so much more. Follow the link below and start your journey today. Despite claiming that it was in the process of following new funding opportunities just 1 week ago, it sadly appears that we are in death watch mode for EV startup Fisker. This week, it made an SEC filing on Monday confirming that its production partner is pausing all EV production for the next 6 weeks as it searches for new funding opportunities. It failed to file its Form 10K with the SEC on March 15th, putting it in default under its convertible notes due in 2025. And while its investors waived their rights to convert those notes as it worked to file its Form 10K, things aren't looking good. At the same time, Fisker opted not to pay an $8.4 million interest payment that was due on the same date, noting that while it had the liquidity to pay the loan on time, it's trying to improve its financial situation. It has about 3 weeks left to pay that amount, or it will officially be in default of that loan as well. And finally, I am personally often accused of having a vendetta against Tesla and Elon Musk, and I've lost count of the number of people who claim that we never say positive things about either Tesla or Elon. Well, today, it's time to give some much-needed praise to Tesla after its team, and I don't know if Elon Musk was involved or not, broke with all of the company's standard protocols to ensure a Tesla Cybertruck customer with stage 4 cancer was able to take delivery of their Tesla Cybertruck ahead of planned schedule. In addition to helping the customer jump the queue, Tesla even made a point of making a celebration of it at the customer's home, bringing along additional Cybertrucks and a little Cybertruck flag to place on the driveway. I have lost a father and a sister young to cancer, and I am the only person, in fact, in my immediate family who has not had cancer, so I just want to reiterate my praise here. Thank you to whomever it was at Tesla who made that happen. Good job. And I mean it. And on that note, we are in fact done for the day. Before I go though, do make sure you've hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on the latest in EV news from this channel. And while you're at it, it's time to switch to Aotearoa's first and only climate positive certified renewable electricity provider. It is super easy to make the switch, and in doing so, you'll help the nation wean itself off dirty energy and onto clean green power that will keep the land beautiful for generations to come. I'll be back next week as usual, but in the meantime, be sure to check out other great content on this channel. The lovely Gavin Kiwi EV Shoebridge is still driving vehicles I've not even had a chance to sit in, so good on you, Gav. I'm Nikki Gordon Bloomfield. Have an amazing rest of the week. Ka kite! See you next time.